Hello friend, I hope you are doing well. Myself Kuhu Sarkar, and this is the video about Sonnet 29 written by William Shakespeare. So here I try to follow the Burdwan University's English major English syllabus, and I also made a video in Bengali, line by line explanation in Bengali. So I had already made a video about sonnet number 1, Astrophil and Stella, and this is the second video of major course. Oh, I already made another video of minor course. Okay, so here I hope you know what is sonnet. Sonnet is a 14 line poem. Mean there are 14 lines in a poem. So the sonnet form has been invented by any anonymous Italian writer. Then after that, Petrarch make it famous, and Petrarch wrote his sonnets and he dedicated his sonnets to his beloved. After that, Thomas Ward and Henry Howard, they took this form in England, and after that Edmund Spencer and Philip Sidney, they wrote in this form. Philip Sidney wrote 108 sonnets, and Edmund Spencer wrote 89 sonnets. But Shakespeare made this structure different, and he took this structure in it best by changing the whole structure. He changed it in 3 quatrains and in 1 couplet. So what is quatrain? Quatrain means 4 lines. So he wrote 4 into 3, 4 lines, and then add 2 line couplet, mean total in 14 lines. So before knowing this, before going to this explanation, I have to give you the information, and I hope you know that Shakespeare wrote 154 sonnets. So let's know more about these sonnets. That this sonnet 29 is an English or Shakespearean sonnet. The English sonnet has 3 quatrains and followed by final rhyming couplet. It follows the typical rhyme scheme of the form AB AB CD CD GG. So AB AB CD CD EF EF GG. This is the Shakespearean structure, Shakespearean rhyme scheme, and most of the time this question is asked in your exam. So it composed in iambic pentameter, and iambic pentameter mean unstressed stress. Unstressed stress mean D-dum. Let me show you D-dum form. Sorry for my handwriting. So D-dum mean unstressed stress. Unstressed stress. Shakespeare wrote most of his writing in this iambic pentameter form, and he wrote his whole drama in this form. And why we like so much Shakespeare's writings, why we like to remember his sentences, the sonnets, because he followed this structure which is iambic pentameter. And if you touch your heart, you can if you can understand your heartbeat, you can see that it is beating in that way. Unstressed stress, D-dum, D-dum, D-dum. So therefore it is so much connect with our heart. It get the connection with our heart. And sonnet 229 written in iambic pentameter, though the full sonnet is not in the same structure, there are some exception in this line, and which is a meter Shakespeare used throughout dramatic and poetic works. So look at I took one line. After finishing that, you can understand. I, unstressed, I all alone weep my outcast state. Unstressed stress. Okay, so now know the little information about the sonnet. The primary source of Shakespeare's sonnets is a quarto published in 1609, and it was written maybe in around 1590s maybe, but it was published in 1609. and it contains 154 sonnet, which is followed by the long poem A Lover's Complaint. The total sonnets are 154 sonnets, and 1 to 126 sonnets are called the Fair Youth sonnets. Critic says that these sonnets are written for his male friend, which is he addressed in his quarto, Mr. W.H., which critic says can be William Herbert, who was the third Earl of Pembroke. Okay, so Shakespeare had a relationship. Shakespeare had a homosexual relationship with this person, who was the third Earl of Pembroke. So these sonnets are called the Fair Youth sonnets. Okay, then from 127 to 152 sonnets are called the Dark Lady sonnet. So the Dark Lady sonnet, who is the Dark Lady? Nobody knows, because and nobody also knows that maybe she exists, or she someone says that she can be the servant of the earl, and it was not also sure that she had the color, dark skin color. Okay, so Shakespeare wrote these sonnets from 127 to 152, and he dedicated these sonnets to his Dark Lady. And the last two sonnets from 152 to 154, these are called Cupid sonnets, and these sonnets are dedicated to Cupid means the love god. The final two sonnets are allegorical treatments of Greek epigram, referring to the little love god Cupid. These sonnets were published by Thomas Thrope. So these sonnets are published by Thomas Thrope. So these are the little information about the sonnet. Okay, so let's know the sonnets one line by line. I will explain you. So first is that when in disgrace with fortune and men's eyes. He said that when in disgrace with fortune, mean I am now in disgrace of with fortune, mean I don't have money, I don't have finance, I am not financially capable now, I am financially weak, and I am now in disgrace of man's eyes. Why? Because I became outcast. Man does not respect me. Man just showing disrespect me. So it is my opinion that maybe he for his relationship, for the homosexual relationship, because that time it was not admitted by the government, and nobody, only heterosexual relationship is admitted in the society. So therefore maybe he became outcast in the society because of his relationship, and he don't have the finance money also. Okay, so he said that I am now in deep disgrace, I don't have money, I just people just disrespect me, I am now total outcast, I am now disgrace in man's eyes, and so that's why I all alone beweep my outcast state. Weep mean cry, and beweep mean when you cry utterly, right? So beweep, when I all alone beweep mean when we are in this depressed situation, we are frustrated. So what we do? We just cry, right? We beweep, we beweep loudly, we weep loudly. So he said that I all alone beweep my outcast state. For this relationship, for maybe some reason, I am outcast from the society, and travel deep heaven with my bootless cries. I travel the deep heaven. Here, heaven mean God. God is become deep. He became deep. He could not hear, he could not listen my prayers. When I travel him, when I travel him with my prayers, my cries, my bootless cries. Bootless means fruitlessness, mean the thing which don't give you the consequence, which don't give you the result, good result. So my bootless cries, I am just crying before him, I am crying before the heaven, crying before the God. But he became deep, he could not listen, he cannot listen my prayers, he did not answering me, he did not replying my prayers. and look upon myself and curse my fate. So I am now look upon myself and cursing myself, that what I am doing, cursing my fate, that what is in my fate. I am in total disgrace. I am now did not have get respect in society. I am now not in a state when I can go out, because I become an outcast in the society. So I am cursing myself and I am looking myself that what I am doing, wishing me like to one more rich in hope. So I am wishing myself that if I can get one thing, I can get one opportunity, if I there is anything which give me a hope, which make me happy, featured like him with brains possessed. What he said, that I am become jealous of others, that why I don't have the features like him, why I am not beautiful like him, why I don't have the physical beauty like him, and why I don't have the friend groups like him. So most of the time, we the introverts, we also feel that when we see the status, Facebook status and WhatsApp status of others, and we think that he is more in happy state than I, she is more in happy state than I. She had her family, she had her friends, group of friends, she can go out with them, and she had a beautiful face, she had good physique, body, and she is so beautiful than I, she had good clothes than I, she had good lifestyle. And we always comparing ourselves with others, with the friends. Here also the poet comparing himself with others, with his friends, with the opportunity which his friends have but he don't have, desiring this man's art and that man's scope. So he's saying that I am desiring the man, others man's scope, others man's art, that how this man's art, how this man's had the capability, had the skill which I don't have. And it is the irony for us, for reader, right? Right, everybody knows Shakespeare, everybody knows that what a great writer he is, and he said that he is jealous of others because they have more qualities, more ability to write, more ability to have art than him. So this is a irony for the reader. And he said that they have more scope, and we also said sometimes that this person is there because he had more scope than I don't have scope, I don't have social contact, I don't have the good contact with others, therefore I don't have the scope like him. So he said that these men have more scope, I don't have the scope, I don't have the opportunities in my life, I don't have the art skill, the dramatic skill, or any skill in me, therefore I am in deep distress with what I most enjoy, contented list. So he said that if I get everything which is in this line, he said that I want opportunity, I want beautiful physique, I want money and all the friends, all, all these scopes and all these things. But if I get all these things, if what I most enjoy if I get, but this also could not content me, this also could not satisfy me, yet in these thoughts myself almost despising. So he said that in these thoughts I am, when I am in despising, when I am these thoughts despising me, when I am in depressed, and when I am in total frustrated state, happily I think on thee. Suddenly I think on thee and then my state. So when he said that when I am in depressed situation, I am in deep, frustrated situation, I thought of you. I thought of thee. Thee mean you, his beloved, WH. I think of thee and my state become higher. How? Like to the lark at break of day arising from silent earth, sings hymns at heaven's gate. So he said that it's like a lark who is break the day and arising from silent earth. Lark bird, you know that TV series also write about this, the skylark. So the lark is a beautiful bird, and it sings very well, and it sings at the when the sun rises. So he said that when the sun rises and it sings the hymn, the heaven's gate. Heaven's gate means it arises from the earth. It arises from the earth and it sings in the heavens gate. Heavens gate mean the God's gate, right? So like that, when I suddenly think of you, when I am in bad situation, and when I am thinking about you, it's give me a total hope. It gives me a total happiness, like a lark. My heart, my emotion goes on, and I started singing like a lark to the heaven's gate. For thy sweet love remembered such wealth brings. So when I think about you, when I think about sweet love, our sweet love, when I think sweet love, and it gives me the wealth. Wealth means not the financial thing or money. Wealth means here your love is the wealth for me, that I that then I scorn to change my state with king. So then I can easily scorn the state, then I can easily change my state with any king. And Dan also have this have poem like this. Then Marvel also like poem like this, that when I am with my beloved, when I am thinking about my love, it gives me the wealth, it make me the king. I can easily change my state with any king. I become so much wealthier. So that is the end of the poem. And you know the rhyme scheme I had already tell you. And see that, okay, A B mean eyes, then cries, state, fate, then C D C, okay, D, then E F sorry E F last will be G. So sorry, I have to use this only. Okay, so A B eyes, cries, state, fate, right? Then hope, scope, C, and C D. So here possessed and least is not matching, but still you have to use the same rhyme pattern. Then despising, arising mean E F, despising, arising, state, gate, G and G, last the couplet, okay, G brings and kings. Okay, let's quickly go through the figure of speech. Okay, first is alliteration. Here is the use of alliteration, and this is the bootless cries use, and you can see the third line word. Alliteration means repetition of consonant sound. B is used, so B sound is repeated here. Then sing hymns at heaven's gate. Here heaven, hymn mean H sound. Okay, then anaphora means use of one particular word, and is repeated in line 2 and 4. Okay, then antithesis means contrast of two ideas. Here desiring this man's art and that man's scopes. So here comparing with himself with the others opportunities. These are the antithesis. Simile is easy. Simile means comparison using of like and as words, like to the skylark at the brick day arising. Okay, metaphor is also a comparison, but where the comparison is implicit, right, not explicit. Simile is explicit and metaphor is implicit. Okay, seeing same at hymns at heaven's gate. Here heaven's gate mean is compared with God's gate. Okay, metaphorically describes newfound joy as lark singing heaven's gate, suggests that the memory of beloved elevates him like a near divine state of happiness. Okay, personification, when you personify something with the abstract object. Travel deep heaven. So heaven cannot be deep, heaven is not a person here. Heaven is personified as a person. Okay, then for sweet loves, love remembered. So love is here personified as being capable of bringing wealth. Okay, then hyperbole means when you giving hyperbole mean you are exaggerating the speech. Okay, so at the last line you can see that he exaggerating that if he can get his beloved life, he can change his state with the king. Apostrophe, address someone, oh or the, these words. Okay, Casura, when you stop in line between, like happily I think of thee, you take a pause, then my state, and look upon myself, you take a pause, then curse my fate. Then diakop mean when you using the same word in the line and it gives you tension or self doubt. Like if you say that I want to say that I want, it's mean when you say that you mean it is giving the tension. Like featured like him with friends possessed, it gives the envy and self doubt that he is jealous of others, and it also give you that he is self doubting. Then enjambment, when the sentence is not finished in the line, like I all alone beweep my outcast state, and this line is not finished here. So travel deep heaven at the bootless cries. Then like to the larks, this is also an use of enjambment. So that's all, and if you want the e-note you can message me in my telegram channel. I will share the telegram channel link. So thank you for giving your time, and if you have any queries you can write in the comment section. Thank you very much.